breaking down a very active night in sports.
An earthquake shakes the NBA, and there was a real earthquake, too. The first ground shaking courtesy of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. It is our breaking news on SportsCenter all morning. Sources telling Adrian Wojnarowski the LA Clippers are making a blockbuster trade for Oklahoma City Thunder forward Paul George, clearing the path for free agent Kawhi Leonard to sign with the Clippers on a 4-year, $142 million contract. George requested the trade. All right, here are the trade details. LA gets George, but the Thunder, well, the Thunder get a haul. It is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Danilo Gallinari to OKC, plus 5 first-rounders, 4 unprotected in 2021, 22, 24, and 26, and the rights to swap 2 picks. Senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski joins us now. All right, how did this deal come together?
Kawhi Leonard early last week met with Paul George, essentially told him, I would like to play with you. Let's find a way to do it. Paul George goes back to Oklahoma City. He asked for a trade, and then the wheels get in motion between the Clippers and Thunder, and even the Thunder and Raptors to move toward a deal. And after a wild night of negotiations last night, when Kawhi Leonard had put off his decision to allow the Clippers to have time to deliver him that co-star that he wanted to walk into the Staples Center with to keep Kawhi Leonard away from the Lakers, the Clippers get that deal done at nearly 1:30 a.m. Eastern.
You mentioned the Thunder and Raptors were also chatting. Detail what was going on there.
Well, Sam Presti did a very good job of leveraging those two teams, both their desires to Toronto to keep Kawhi Leonard, the Clippers to get him. But the fact that the Clippers had so many draft assets to be able to put into a deal with Oklahoma City, that ultimately won them. I think the feeling in Toronto by the end of the night was, they were leverage for Oklahoma City to extract as much as they could from the Clippers, and they extracted, Sam Presti did, essentially a record deal for Paul George.
What was OKC proposing to the Raptors?
Well, they were willing to move off of both Paul George and Russell Westbrook, but there was not, for Toronto, number one, would that have even kept Kawhi Leonard? And the idea of Russell Westbrook at this point in his career, 4 years, $170 million left on his contract. There was no pathway to a deal that made sense for the Raptors, and no assurance that Kawhi Leonard was even going to stay. He wanted to be in Los Angeles. It was going to be the Clippers or the Lakers, and essentially it was a 4th-and-1 goal line stand by the Clippers late at night to keep a super team out of the Staples Center and now partner Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to go up against LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and what's going to be a pretty tremendous season in L.A.
Get your popcorn ready. Big picture, Nets and Clippers making the blockbuster deals under the noses of the Knicks and Lakers. You could say little brothers under the noses of big brothers. What's your big takeaway from these moves?
Common thread for both the Clippers and the Nets over the last 2-3 years, both organizations extremely well run, great trades that created draft assets. The ability to go out and do this deal for the Clippers with Oklahoma City was because they got such a great return for Blake Griffin, got Tobias Harris and picks, and then flipped Tobias Harris to Philadelphia, got 2 more first-round picks in Landry Shamet. Having those picks put them in position to be able to make that trade for Paul George. Without those draft picks, Kawhi Leonard is playing for the Lakers today.
Wow. NBA, it is still fantastic. This upcoming season is going to be great. Woj, nice job.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you very much.